Hi everyone, this is unfortunately the last day of our I can't stand another minute of winter impulse trip to Marathon in the Florida Keys. Hope you come along to see our journey home. Hi, I'm Carol and you're watching CAROL-WDWAO. This is our travel day home. So you think, I don't want to watch that thing. They're just leaving. Well, first of all, it's going to take us 2 days to get home. We are checking out at 10 in the morning. Our flight does not leave until 9:40 tonight, if it's not delayed. We are going to hit a couple of gift shops. Linda hasn't seen any of the souvenir shops, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to stop at John Pentecamp State Park for a while. Go back to Buzzard'S Roost for a late lunch. And finally get to the airport hoping that the plane is there. Not like the time when I was on a girls' trip in Marathon and we were just about to the airport and they told us the flight was canceled and we were in Fort Lauderdale. They couldn't get us out till 3 days later in Miami. So we were going to have to get from Fort Lauderdale to Miami and find some place to stay for 3 nights. So we decided to drive home. We left Saturday night at 9 p.m. We got home Monday morning at 4 a.m. pretty much driving straight through with 4 drivers. So I'm always a little nervous when I fly out from Marathon. Fingers crossed for me that this is a smooth flight. So they charge by person. This is the state park. They have kayak tours. They actually have a boat tour from here. This does not have the pretty water that we saw lower in the Keys. These old cannons here. Yeah, see, they're shady. Hello. Ah, shade. See? Nice shady spot. On this side of the park, they've got the boat rentals. They have a glass bottom boat. They have a really nice outdoor shower bathhouse. A little food truck over there. Kayaks, canoes, snorkeling gear. But what they don't have is that nice green and blue water that you find in the lower Keys. Another dining area over here. Not a whole bunch, but there's enough picnic tables shaded, which is nice. Interactive things here. Okay, so they do have some mooring balls, so they don't want you dropping an anchor. Here they're growing some coral. It takes a long time to grow coral. Now when we were on our way down here the week before, the U.S. America, I think it was going to be sunk in the Gulf as a coral base that coral could grow on. Oh, this fish likes me. So it takes a really long time for coral to grow.
So I replaced him with so-and-so.
Someone sucking up the poop. This looks like a healthy coral display. See that hand there? That's not normally part of the display. So 6 lobsters you could keep. So there is a whole lobster season in the Keys that people come down and snorkel and catch lobster. And those are lobsters. Different from the lobsters that we have up north. They don't have any front claws. We really do have some nice coral growing here. So some educational displays. And some history of shipwrecks and things that they have found underwater. And you can learn about different ships and when they wrecked. So for a little state park that's mostly water features, this is actually really, really nice. Artifact found during a shipwreck. They call their forests hammocks. I don't know why. I would call it a tropical hardwood forest, and they call it a hammock, just like Crane Point Hammock that we went to. Oh, and then here are some sea anemones. This is the main tank, which is circled down. Some of this is not real coral in here. This is a pretty big aquarium. So these are the larger fish. I like these cool flat ones. Over here, it's a loop, Water Wonders, and it really goes through the whole zoological categories, all the different phylums that you would see. It's also air conditioned, and you can take a little nap here. So last time we were here, I think that same pelican was in that same spot there, and we have the perfect table for the end of our trip. Any closer, we would be in the water.
Yeah, grouper, yellowtail, and mom. Okay, we'll start with you, dear.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the fresh catch of the day.
Basket or food? Basket or sandwich?
What's a basket? Yeah, I'll probably get the sandwich.
Okay.
Probably the Buzzard's favorite. Oh, fried.
Do you want to stick with one in mind?
No, I think I'm going to try the yellowtail.
Yellowtail? some chips, or we are all out of chips. Coleslaw. I'm so sorry.
That's what we came here for.
Crazy day. It was so
It's our
crazy.
favorite thing.
I know,
Yeah.
it's mine too.
I know, we stopped on the way down in our vacation. Now we're heading back to the airport for chips.
I'm sorry. I'm going to stick with coleslaw or fries here.
What do I want? How about sweet potato fries?
It's $1
It's extra, right?
Yes.
That's all right.
I'm gonna have the Greek salad with dressing on the side with mahi-mahi on it.
How do you want to cook?
Grilled.
How do you want to cook?
This is the machine
Probably it'll be moist
that
too.
takes the boats out of the water and puts them possibly way
Oh.
up there. The machine is in place. It just has like 2 tubes that are now in the water. And then they will hook it up and lift it up. And we got some jet skis coming in down here. Nice, slow, no wake, as you never know where the manatees are. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Those of you that have watched my vlogs know that I'm just a big nerd, and I think things like this are just so cool. This one's getting parked low. It's not a Hyde Park. Our last cheers.
I'm trying to hit a happy face. But it's not.
Why not, Linda?
Because I don't want to leave.
Fran had the grouper
Yep.
grilled sandwich
Yep.
with fries, and Linda,
I've got the yellowtail.
she got the yellowtail also grilled because she's being healthy because now vacation's over.
There's the yellowtail.
Oh yeah.
That looks good.
And the sweet potato fries. And I got, again, vacation's over, so I'm trying to be good. The Greek salad with grape leaves, which I will give to my husband. All right, Linda, last review of the vacation.
Yes.
What did you think of this meal?
It was very good. A little sloppy, but it was good. The yellowtail. It was delicious.
Sweet potato fries,
They're always good.
margarita.
My favorite. I don't know. A little weak. Don't you think?
The fries?
No, the margarita.
Oh, it sat there and you got
Yeah,
watered down by
mine is.
the ice. First set of drinking, it was great, and then it got watered down from the ice.
And Fran, your meal?
Sandwich is great. The grouper, not fishy or nothing. Good sandwich.
And you had, from mine, you had the grape leaves. How are they?
They were good.
And you got all my olives. How were the olives?
Oh, they're good. They were pitted.
Yeah, sometimes with the Greek salad you don't get pitted olives. And me trying to get back into my healthy eating habits, I had the Greek salad. Pieces of feta were like huge chunks of feta, which were delicious. It was delicious. I didn't eat the pita. Very nice. I liked the dressing. That was very good. Well, it's happening again. Our plane was supposed to be coming out of Worcester, Mass, leaving at 4 p.m. so we could actually check and make sure it departed. When I went into the JetBlue app, I see the delayed sign. So I looked to see where's my plane, and now it's coming from Nassau in the Bahamas, and it's not leaving until 8:36, arriving at 10:08, and our boarding was supposed to be at 9:21. even with the delay. And then we got a second message that our flight was further delayed, so it's not going to board. It's boarding at 10:30 or something, but doesn't take off until 10:56, which puts us in Buffalo at 1:55. And we won't know until we get to the airport if that plane has actually left the Bahamas, because we've got to return the car before then, and it won't take flight until 8:30. And not only is our plane delayed, but there's a delay on Route 1. And you see that line of cars. Good thing our plane is delayed, or we might have a problem. Here are people on a little sandbar close to shore. It's just sort of like us at Boaters Beach back home.
This is like Silver Beach. It's all kind of tie up. Wow. Look at them all lined up.
Yep. They've even got easy ups. Oh, there's one that's not doing too well. Easy up. All right, if I am looking haggard, it's because we just got to the airport finally at 10 of 9. Our flight was scheduled to board at 9:40. Now it's scheduled to board at 11:30-ish, and we won't land until 3:17. That is if the plane actually leaves the Bahamas. It hasn't left yet. Good news, they're boarding the flight. So step one, now we just have to keep our fingers crossed that the flight crew aren't over hours and can take the rest of the journey. Okay, you're not gonna believe it. I can't even remember the sequence of events. The plane was supposed to leave at 9:40. There was a delay. We were waiting for a plane from the Bahamas. The plane from the Bahamas got here at 10:30-ish, I think. And we still could not board the plane because we were waiting for the flight crew to come from JFK. And they kept telling us, okay, it's this far away, it's 15 minutes away, we just have to wait for the plane to deplane, and then the crew will come over, and they're right at the next gate. So we line up, and we've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 wheelchairs, which always take a little bit of time. Everybody's lined up, nice, waiting. All the wheelchairs are up nice in front. Didn't have to get through anybody. Everybody is being really polite. They took the carry-on luggage of about 20 people, so they don't even have their carry-on luggage if they need something out of it.
Yeah.
And just as we're about to board, I send messages, we're finally boarding. And I get another text. And the poor girl at the counter, you know she didn't want to say it because people were just like ready to jump down her throat. And she just sort of said, if you've just gotten an email or a text, it is correct. We are now boarding at 1:10 because we are waiting for the pilot and co-pilot to come from home. We hope to land at 4:44 a.m. this morning when we were supposed to land at midnight-ish yesterday. This is not how I wanted to spend an extra day. Hi! Sammy? Really? Hi, Pen. Oh, Penny!
Pen, come here, baby. Come on.
Pen!
Say no, forget it.
Penny.
Hi. Oh, now you know me. Still no smileys? No smileys? And now the rest of the story. And believe me, you cannot make this stuff up. We eventually got on the plane. All right, good to go. 2.5-hour flight, not a problem. The pilot and co-pilot have come from home. The flight crew had come from New York. Everything was good to go. We're just ready to take off. The pilot gets on the announcements. We may have some weather, so we want to top up the fuel in case we have to divert to Rochester, 60 miles away from Buffalo, or Albany, 150 miles away from Buffalo, and we are 90 minutes from Albany and 3 hours from Buffalo driving, so we'd be closer in Albany, except for the fact that my car is still in Buffalo. Okay, so we're just going to top off some fuel, only take a minute. Pilot gets back on. I can have your attention, please. Underground is the fuel tank. They have a fuel pump that pumps it up into the plane. You're not going to believe this, but the fuel pump is broken. Good news is we can have another fuel pump here in 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, seriously? I'm almost like afraid to actually fly in the plane, so much is going wrong. Long story short, new fuel pump comes in, they add the extra fuel, we end up not having to divert, we end up flying into Buffalo at 5:15 in the morning for a flight that should have landed about midnight. Still, it was a great trip. If you've enjoyed this vlog and if you've enjoyed the series, I appreciate it if you give that thumbs up, comment, like, tell your friends, subscribe. All those things help my channel and I really do appreciate it. If you're not a member of our adult-only Facebook group, WDWAO, please join us there for adult-centered discussions about everything Disney. Next trip series is to Disney, so I hope you follow that one as well. And last but not least, never grow up.